Dev work is done, and I'm now only battling Apple App Store review team. That's the theme for this week. Hello, you're watching the development vlog for Shokken, a restaurant waitlist management tool that is currently available on Google Play Store and soon to be made available on iOS App Store. This is Bill from Shokken, and this is week 71 of development. The current status, as I just mentioned, Google has approved my app some time ago, and you can right now go ahead and download and use it from Google Play Store if you're using an Android device. However, if you have an iOS device, you can't yet. The story, it's a saga of application for submission and then refusal and then resubmission and then refusal. So about a month ago, I received my second rejection containing about 5 or 6 different reasons that they want, well, things that they pointed out that I needed to address. And I addressed them all. I submitted my re-application for access to production last week. And within 2 to 3 days, this time was actually a lot faster than the first time I submitted my app. Within 2 to 3 days, I received a review notice. It's another rejection, stating that they only pointed out one problem, which is the exact same problem that they pointed out in the previous rejection, and which was if you have a subscription for an app, the subscription duration cannot be lower than 1 week, 7 days. The problem, though, is after I've done some research, the official Apple language used in Cinnamon, don't do that. The official Apple language, the app submission guideline, states that if you have an auto-renewing subscriptions that renew automatically after a little while, you have to make sure that it's more than 1 week long. However, if you have an in-app one-time purchase or non-renewing subscriptions, you don't have to. It can be any duration. It can be a day. So in mine, it's a day or 3 days. Because for business reasons, as you can imagine, if you want to use a waitlist, you're only busy for the upcoming weekend. Why would you pay for the entire month if you're not using it? Google allows that, and Apple certainly does allow that per their own guidelines. The problem is, as far as I understand, and some research into the forums online, app reviewers may not necessarily be familiar with this specific caveat. So that presented a problem because every time when your app gets reviewed, it's not going to be the same person. So this person might just test your app and look at it's 1 day, 3 days, instead of actually going back into the history of your exchange and conversations with previous reviewers. They just immediately flag it up and be like, oh, this is a rejection. So this is what I'm battling right now. So I just sent another response to Apple review team, hopefully, that they can actually read my response and go to the specific sections that are pointed out in their own literature that this is allowed. But I don't have a lot of confidence in that this would be resolved. From what I understand online, it's really really depending on the agent that you get who reviews your app. Some agent might be, well, just like a lot of things in life, some of them might be better than others. So, and you can't specify a particular agent to review your app. And instead of chasing this goose around, if I receive the exact same reason for the next rejection, I'm just going to have to change the subscription model within the app. It's not as trivial as I would like for it to be. You might imagine it's just this product decision. It's not, because I'm using Revenue Cat as my revenue backend. And in order for it to change, that has to change. The paywall has to change, and then the app code has to change, and then my backend, my Supabase backend, has to change. That's a pretty significant epic that I have to do. That said, I am not delaying marketing on social media any longer. My plan, even before the app is approved by iOS, is start making short form content about why people should be using my app. And in this series of videos, I'm going to instruct people to join the beta testing, the TestFlight program on iOS, because I can't publish yet, right? And offer for their inconvenience and their willingness to experiment, considerable benefits, if you will, for trying out my app and stuff like that. But that's sort of the marketing side of things that I think we'll have to start before I figure out the Apple App Store review situation. That's it for this week. I'll see you next week.